Yes, where do you stay? Where do you stay, Rameshwar?
I stay at Amberpet, Ramantapur.
Okay, Ramantapur. So which internet you are using?
Uh, Act Fiber,
Act Fiber. So then the Act Fiber will use shared internet connection. How much speed you are using?
75 Mbps.
75 Mbps. Okay. Then whenever you are trying to access internet on Saturdays or in the week or daily after 7 or 8 p.m., then internet is somewhat slow will be there. It's not very slow, but a bit slow you can see. But if you try to access internet after 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., then you are using 75 Mbps, but you may get 100 Mbps also at the time. Try to get it. So try to open a browser and try to check speedtest.com. Then you can be able to understand how much speed you are getting in sometimes. Every time it will be varied. It is different. But in the companies, if I use a broadband, it is highly impossible, right? So in a company, if you take the company which you are working and the company which you are like, if suppose if you take your connections, can I use the broadband connection in the company? Can you see, like, if suppose how many people you stay in at your home, Rameshwar?
Oh, we are 4.
Okay, four into two, laptop and phone, correct?
Mobile, yeah.
Yeah, then 8 devices. If someone has put a download in your laptop, in or if your friends or someone or the other, if they put a download like 1 GB or 100 GB file from the internet, then automatically remaining all the people will face slowness, right?
True.
Yeah. Then if I use the same internet connection in the company, then what exactly happens? Then in
Uh,
your company, you may have in a branch, you may have around 1,000 minimum 1,000 employees will be there.
yes.
But we don't provide connections for the mobile. But if you take only office laptop, then can I be able to survive in a company by using a broadband? It's highly impossible, right?
Yes, we cannot.
So we never use broadband connections in the company. Then what we use? Then what we use in the companies? So we are using a special type of connection which is called as ILL or DIA or MPLS. ILL means Internet Lease Line. DIA means Direct Internet Access. Both are the same, but some difference is there. And then MPLS, which is a private network. Now LTM Mindtree is having multiple branches around the world, correct? And they got multiple customers are also there. Now, I want to have a communication between one branch to other branch, one place to other place. So did you observe any time? So I'm able to communicate from Hyderabad branch to Bangalore branch to Mumbai, Chennai, US, Australia, anywhere around the world you are able to communicate. From one PC to other PC, you are able to communicate, correct? But have you tried to access, like you got from your home, you got a personal laptop and you are trying to access your brother's laptop, which is there in your remote place. He's in Bangalore, he's working in Bangalore, and he want you to access a file from his laptop to your laptop. So without using any tools, no any desk, no TeamViewer, or no any other tools. You need to access that PC remotely and need to copy the data. Is it possible?
No, it is
Is
not.
it possible? It's not possible. But why it is possible in the companies?
Because
How
they
it is possible?
use this private network.
Okay, but I'm also using a private network at my home, and you are also using a private network, right?
Yeah.
Then how we are able to why we are not able to communicate and how companies are able to communicate each other? Any idea? We are using a feature which is called as, I guess you heard about this term VPN, correct? VPN is down. This particular branch is not able to access. The client is not able to access VPN. I guess you heard about it, right?
Yes.
So then, what exactly the network engineers will do? How they will do a troubleshooting? All those things we'll discuss. So whenever I need to have a communication between one branch to other branch, from your company to client, then what we do is VPN, virtual private network. Over the internet, we are sending a traffic by using VPN. Then once the VPN is established, then you can be able to communicate from one private network to other private network also. My PC to your PC, anywhere you can be able to communicate. But the condition is VPN. So those things we discuss on WAN. So MPLS is one more technology. Only for most of the companies are using it now. The companies which are using SD-WAN, they are using MPLS. They are using two types of connections. One is called as a direct internet access and the other one is called as MPLS. Is it clear? So both are very important. Everyone is using both. But how we need to configure, we'll see it later. Okay. And these are the three types of connections what you are having. And LAN. LAN is something like, now you're working on something like Chennai branch. And you got a friend who is on Mumbai branch. And you got one more friend who is on US branch. So the branch where you are working, I can say it is called as a LAN. Without internet also, I can be able to communicate between PC to PC, right? Yes or no? If you want to share the data, if you want to copy the data from PC to PC, do you require internet?
No, not required.
It's not required. So just by using IP, I can be able to copy. So for LAN, we don't require internet, but we require internet also for LAN also. Why? Because I need to have a communication between one branch to other branch, one place to other place. Everything has to be done. So compulsory for LAN, we require internet, which is called as a WAN. Okay, and then Metro Ethernet. Nowadays, everyone is using. I need more data sharing between one branch to the branch. If you take example of Infosys company. Infosys having two branches in Hyderabad, right? One is in Gachipoli, another one is in Pocharam, right? Now I need to have a communication between these two branches with private network only. For example, I'm taking. Now I need to have a communication between Uppal branch to so Gachibowli branch. Then how I need to communicate? And I need huge amount of data has to be transferred between these two branches. Something like 100, 100 sorry. Daily I'm trying to transfer like 10 TB data continuously. All the time I'm trying to share 10 TB data all the time. If suppose the connection between these two branches, if I'm using a 100 Mbps speed, then I can't be able to use much. I can't be able to send much data. Correct? If I have branch 1 and I have branch 2. So from branch 1 to branch 2, I want to send 20 TB or 10 TB data daily. For every 5 hours, I'm sharing 10 TB data between these two branches. Then how fast my internet should be. Correct? Yes or no? The connection between these two branches should be. So for this purpose, we use a connectivity which is called as a lease line, but it's very old technology. But nowadays we are using everything is MPLS only. So lease line connection, we are using a connectivity which is called as lease line, which is also called as Metro Ethernet. Nowadays we call it as Metro Ethernet. So you can share up to 100 gig connections also. You can take up to 100 gig. But in home we are using 70 Mbps or 50 Mbps or 40 Mbps. In my home I am using only 40. I don't use internet I don't connect in office from my home. I have a separate place where I used to connect. So I took 500 Mbps over there because my lab is also there. But in my home, my parents or my family uses only for browsing. Then they don't require 100 Mbps or 75 Mbps, right? Just only for browsing internet. I just kept only 40 Mbps connection at home. Geo. It's fine, right? But I need more amount of data has to be transferred. Then I need to go with more amount of speed. So depends on the data, we need to take the speed also. Then we are using 100 gig speed. Is it clear, everyone? Hi Suresh, hi Kant, hi Narendra, hi Shivakumar. Okay, is it clear, everyone? So between the branches depends on the data, we are using the speeds. Okay. Now we call this as metro Ethernet. We call this as metro Ethernet within the company, within the geographical area. If you're trying to send data between one branch to other branch, like Infosys, Pocharam, and Gachibowli. TCS, we got multiple branches within the Hyderabad only. 4 to 5 branches are there for him. Then if I need to have a communication between each and every branch, then again I'm using a metro Ethernet. Because why we need to use this much of speed? Why we need to use this much of speed? So because every company around the world, except the small scale, medium to large scale companies, everyone is using SD-WAN, which is a software defined wide area network. So for that purpose, we require more amount of speed whenever I'm sending any data from one branch to other branch. So which is very, very important. Is it clear? Okay. So then this is about LAN, WAN and MAN. And next we start with the OSM model. And the OSM model is, we are using it daily, but we don't know what layer we are using. We are using all the layers. We'll discuss about it. If suppose if I want to send a data, hi Raju, how are you? I'm just sending a message. Hi Raju, how are you? Now Raju is able to receive a message. I'm sending it via WhatsApp. So and then he is able to receive my message. But my question is, I'm sending a text message and he's also receiving a text message. But how data is going from one place to other place? How data is going from one place to other place? So whenever you are sending any message, can you see this message on air? Is it possible to see this message on air? Are you able to see this all the messages on the air? No, right? But how the data will be converted? So in the OSM model, what exactly it does is it will convert this actual format into binary. Is it clear? It will convert all the data into binary, because if you take any electronic device, can they be able to understand our human language? Will they be able to understand the human language? Come on, guys, anyone?
No, no,
So
no,
they
sir.
can't be able to understand the human language, right?
Yes.
Okay. But what kind of language they can understand? They understand only machine language, which is called as a binary. So I'm sending a binary data towards my destination. But can you see this binary also in the air? It's not possible. Then again, I'm converting this binary into signals. Then what kind of signals I'm using here? If I'm using a phone, if this is from the phone, I'm using a Wi-Fi. Correct? All from my phone go Wi-Fi, which is called as radio frequency waves, RF waves. Correct? But if suppose if I'm using a PC, then I don't use radio frequency waves. I'm using a cable, right? Yes, sir. If you got a PC, sometimes if your Wi-Fi is not working in your laptop, then in the companies we use a cable, right? So then copper cable. Then we are using a copper cable. Then how the data will be transmitted through copper cable? So we are using electrical signals, electromagnetic signals. Is it clear? We learned this in college days or school days, electromagnetic waves, correct? So the data will be converted into electromagnetic waves, and then the data will be sent to the destination. Or if I want to send the same data through geo, then I'm not using a copper wire. Then I'm not. Then in my router, if the data has been sent till the router, but the data on the router, it does not use any copper cable, right? It uses OFC cable, correct? Have you heard about OFC cable, anyone? Optical fiber cable. How many of you are using Geo connection? No one?
No, no. From my side, I am using Act only.
Okay, good. So apart from you, anyone? Okay. So Geo provides, if you got any chance, check or any friends are using Geo, or Hathway also. And nowadays, Act is also providing optical fiber, right, Raju? Do you use optical fiber or copper cable at your home?
in my home using Wi-Fi only, but if there
No,
any
the edge part, the router will get a cable, right? That cable is
yeah, that
RJ40
is
and copper.
optical fiber cable. Yep,
So
that
then
is
till your router, the data is going from the router. How the data is going out? It is going through optical fiber cable. Means data will go to light rays. Data is going through light rays. Is it clear? So this is how the data will be transmitted from one place to other place. All these things we call this as encoding and decoding. Encoding and decoding. So then what is exactly encoding and what is decoding? So converting any form of data into binary is called as encoding. And once the destination has received your data, it will be decoded automatically. Is it clear? Once the data has been transferred from your device, it will be encoded. Once the data has been received by your friend, it will be decoded. So this is what exactly we are using. Then where is security? For this we are using encryption and decryption. Encryption and decryption. Sorry. Encryption and decryption. Then what is encryption and decryption? Any idea, anyone? I guess everyone is using it. If you take your WhatsApp, if someone has sent you a message for the first time or on the top of the chart, you can see end-to-end encryption. I guess everyone has seen that, right? End-to-end encryption. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
What is that end-to-end encryption? What is that end-to-end encryption?
data will be encrypted. Some
Data will be encrypted means source and the destination. You and your friend can be able to see the data, but no one around the world can be able to see this data. That's what Mark is bluffing us, but they can be able to see the data actually. Okay. So the encryption is only for our sake. They are blaming us, or so they are bluffing us that everything is secured. Nothing is not secure. So everything in this world is not secure until you secure yourself, right?
yes,
So,
correct.
but in the companies, if I do the same thing like a WhatsApp and all, it could be a big problem, right? Then companies will not give you any project. The companies will give you project because they will check your infrastructure. They will check your commitment to the work, and they will check how far you are doing troubleshooting. Everything they will consider, correct? And how far you are using encryption and decryption methods. How my data is secure. We got a project like we used to use a project for banking earlier. So in that project, how we have secured from the network side, we secured everything. But in companies, we used to have ODCs. Have you heard about ODC? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And what exactly the ODC is? In that room, you can't take a paper or a pen or a mobile, correct? And then the PCs or the laptops, what you are using on those, no laptops, but PCs. The PCs, what you are using on that room, everything is disabled for internet and disabled for screen print or screen. Correct? Can't take a pen or a paper or anything, any electronic good, they can't be able to take inside. It's highly impossible. Correct? Depends on the project, it will be there. Okay. So from the network perspective, how exactly we need to secure? For that, we are doing a project also here. Okay. The project which I did for a client, the same project I want you to do it while we're done with our ACLs and basic part of switching, which is VLANs. Then we do some project. This is one of the project what we are doing. Okay. They need to connect only to the client website. Apart from that, no other website should work. And we need to work with whenever they're trying to access that particular website, something like abc.com. Apart from that abc.com, no social networking, no Google, nothing should work. Then how can I protect the environment? We'll do that project also. Okay. So all those things means from the network perspective, we need to do encryption and decryption. Then what is encryption and decryption? So encryption means converting any form of data into alphanumeric and special characters. Means when the data is encrypted, it will be converted into alphabets, numeric and special characters. Is it clear? And once the data has been sent to the destination, it will be decrypted again. Is it clear?
Yes.
And sometimes if you take in WhatsApp, the version what you are using has to be same on the other side also, right? Or else you can't be able to see the message. Means the encryption was not working properly between these two versions, correct?
Yes.
Typing message, you can see typing message cannot be loaded or something or the other, you can see that message. But the source was able to say that I have sent you a message, but you will not receive that message. Someone is typing, then you can see only grayed out the message, but you can't do anything with that, right? So all those things will come under encryption and decryption. Means encryption key and decryption key has to be same. If it is not same, then you can't be able to open that message. And then, so three-way handshaking. This is again very important. Then what is exactly three-way handshake? Like if suppose I'm working on a company and someone has told me that they want to access a website called as portal.gemini.com, but it is not there in India till now. You can access the Gemini app on your mobile, but there is a website which is not launched in India, which is only provided for the US. I got a request before last Friday. Sorry, last week Friday, not this week. Then I told them that if in India the website is not open, let me show you. Exchange.gemini.com will be there. Let me open that. Yeah. So I'm trying to register, but I got a message here. See, not available yet. So Gemini is currently not currently operating in India, but the people who wants to access, the people who are working in India, they want to access this. Then how can I provide the access? It's not possible, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then what I need to do for this? And they got a new project from a client, from this client, and they want to work on this. Then how I need to provide the access? But they restrict the India access. Then if it is a phone, if it is a mobile phone, then we use VPN, we install the VPN and we change our location, right? But PC is not like that. And the company does not allow you to do all those things in the company laptops. Then what I need to do now? What I can do? Then what I did is I worked with the Citrix team who are in US, and I asked them to provide some virtual machines, PCs, which are located on US. In US it is open. Then the people who are in India are trying to access the website, the servers or the PCs which are there in US. From that PC, they are trying to access this website. Is it clear?
Okay, so it doesn't require any VPN.
Because already you are having a VPN, right? From your Hyderabad office to US office, you will have a VPN compulsory. Without VPN, you can't access all these things, right?
Okay.
Yes or no? You got my point or not? Means this website is open in US, Australia, anywhere, but except in India. But I got a team of 50 people. They want to access this website. Then I try to find this website is working on US, Australia, not in India. Then either I need to provide access from Australia for them, or either I need to provide access from UK or US. Then what I need to do now? Which one is better for me? Either Australia is better or UK is better or US is better. Which is better location to provide the access? Any idea, anyone?
Australia would be nearer to.
Yes, Australia would be better because the latency, ping, we call this as a latency. Whenever you try to access any website, we are seeing some latencies will be there. Australia is very near to us. And then second place is UK. The third is US. Okay, then the first I'll try with you. The first I will go with Australia. So the people who are in India, they try to access the PCs or the virtual machines, which is called the VMware. So I worked with the desktop team or server team over there, and they provided some virtual machines for all the 50 employees. Terminal servers, we call it as a terminal server. Then they are trying to access from India, they are trying to access that terminal server. But how they will access? Already I'm having a VPN connection, VPN, virtual private network, between my Hyderabad location to Sydney location, Australia. Through that tunnel, through that VPN, the traffic is going from India to Australia. Then I can be able to access. From there, he is working happily. But I got one more question now. The question is, in case the connection between Hyderabad to Australia or Sydney is down, then I need to have a backup also, right?
Yes.
Then how I need to provide the backup? Then I kept some VMs on UK also. In case the connection between India to Australia is down, they should access this environment from UK also. Is it clear? As a backup, we use a backup at our home, right? UPS or generator, something or the other, correct? In the same way, companies also need to provide backup. Is it clear? So this is what exactly we learned. We do some practicals also on this. We don't worry about it. So some websites we can't be able to understand. Some websites are blocked from India. Like if you take TikTok or peer-to-peer websites, Tamil Talk, so Tamil Talkers or something or the other websites has been blocked by TRI regulations. Or my company has blocked gmail.com. In my company, Gmail is blocked, but my HR has required this access. So I'm trying to send a packet, but the packet is blocked on my firewall itself. I'm not getting a written packet because in my firewall I blocked the access. Then how can you access? It's not possible, right? Then we check, we do some troubleshooting, whether the three-way handshaking is happening or not, which is called as SYNAC and acknowledgement. Acknowledgement. So all these things will work on OSM model again. So OSM model is very, very important for troubleshooting. Is it clear? Then how can you troubleshoot? All those things we'll see. For this, we have got a separate class also for troubleshooting. Okay. And then we are going with the actual CCNA. So then in the CCNA, I'm not going with the entire CCNA because the CCNA concepts now in the market are worst in the CCNA syllabus. I prepare my own syllabus, which is very useful for the company. Once you go into a company, now if you go to LTM Mindtree or if I'm going to HCL company, they don't ask you, okay, in the CCNA syllabus, we got only this, okay, the candidate who are coming to me, I need to ask only these questions. They don't think in that way, right? What are things which are required in their location? They may ask you those questions only, correct? But unfortunately, those topics are not there on CCNA. Then what you will do? My faculty did not teach me what I need to do. I just throw a blame on the faculty, is done, right? Then what I did is I created my own task, own schedule. So the first we start with the basic networking and IP addressing, subnetting and everything. Then basics again, introduction of the router, initial configuration of the router and WAN configuration, DSCP, static routing. In static routing, we go to default routing also. And then RIP is no one around the world is using. But you should know something is not used. Why it is not in use? Why no one around the world is not using it? Then you should know for each and everything, you should know about the pros and cons, correct? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes.
Because of that, I'm teaching you RIP also. RIP is not, before 10 or 12 years back only they have removed, but few companies use, some companies, not everyone. But I'll tell you why we are not using it. And then EHRP, vast, the entire thing, except the leak maps we are having on CCIE, except that I'll teach everything. Where include CCNA, CCNP Encore, CCNP ENSR, everything I will teach it. And then if you go to BGP also, all the three. Means with this OSP and EHRP, you should be able to get all the information. You don't require to learn any other thing. Okay? And then OS, to be frank, I'll take OS EHRP for 4 days. because I need to tell you instantly, like initially, right? Because they may tell you about 45 days of the course, but some topics are very lengthy. If you take OSPF and BGP, I can't complete OSPF in a single day. I can't complete BGP in a single day. If I teach everything on a single day, I skip most of the concepts. I take OSPF 1 week. I take BGP 1 week. Only these two practicals I will take one week. Then in a month, 15 days are gone only for these two practicals. But you will be satisfied with that concept which I teach, which I will teach. That's for sure. And we do some projects also on this. Okay. And then we go to access control list. In the access control list also we are doing some project with RAP, EHRP, OSPF, and then ACLs. Like in companies, we block websites, right? We use some firewalls or we use some proxy devices where they will block the website. But I don't. In my company, I want to access only my client server. I don't want to access any other things. Then how can I do that? All those things will teach our ACLs. And most importantly, we'll do 3 labs on ACLs only. 2 labs are basic labs for CCNA and the other lab is for real time. What are the IPs which needs to be blocked? What are the IPs which needs to be allowed? Everything we'll do as practical. Like I gave a task also today for one of the batch. I have 3 locations are there. Location 1, location 2, location 3. Location 1 should have full access for the internet. Location 2 should access only Cisco website. No other website should access for him. And location 3 should access some one website. Apart from that website, he should not access any other website. Then how can I restrict access? All those things we learned on ACLs. And I give you hints on the task, what I will give you, and I want you to do it by your own. Because if I teach you everything, if I do a spoon feeding, then 100% you will forget everything after a month or 2 months, right? Yes or no? I don't want to go like that. I want few things I want you to learn by your own also. What are the things which you need to learn? I'll tell you that. And then we go to VPN. In VPN, we are going, in CCNA, we are going with the GRE and IPsec. But if you go to CCNP, we are going with IKE V1 and IKE V2 also. Both, all the 3 practicals will be there. And then switching. The switching is very easy. But we need to do more. So VLANs, VTP, CDP, all those things will configure. Switching practicals are separate. And every company uses a monitoring tool also, right? If something device is down, we will get an alert. And automatically in some companies, automatically incidents will be raised. Yes, Rameshwar, yes or no? If any device
Yes.
is down, if anything is down, automatically we will get an alert, P1 alert.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Then we work with the appropriate team. Okay, router is down. Okay, I work with the routing team or some other team. Okay, the firewall is down. If the firewall is down, then I need to work with the firewall team. Wireless controller is down, then again I need to work with the routing and switching team. Correct? Yes or no? So we need to learn all those things also, and which is monitoring. So for those, we are using some concepts called as a NTP, syslog, and SNMP, which are very, very important in the real time. Every company will use all the 3. If they are not using, the network engineer is not good enough to maintain. Okay. And then the concepts, again, redistribution of the protocols and port channels. Wireless is one of the most important thing, and we are having a separate concept for wireless only. It's like a, I can say, which is for, what do you call, a 15 days of course only for wireless will be there. And then I'm going with the Python also. Because every company uses automation now, right? But most of us are coming into the networking field because we hate programming, correct? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
But still we need to work on Python as well. But we don't require the entire Python. No full stack, no Django, I don't know all those things. But what we need to learn is How we need to do automation? I don't want to log into the router. I just configure a script. Automatically, my configuration has to be pushed on the firewall. Automatically, my configuration has to be pushed on the router. How I need to do it? That is automation. We'll do it. Is it clear? And then the most important thing is most of the companies are using Nexus switches now. I go not very in depth, but I will go what is Nexus switches and how exactly we are using in the companies. And then voice is one of the most important thing now. Every company uses now. Everyone is using everyone is doing work from home. But before lockdown, everyone used to go to office and they used to work on landline phones, VoIP phones, correct? Then how exactly we need to configure VoIP? And lastly, design. As I told you, once this course is done, you should be able to design a network. But terms and conditions apply. The task which I'm doing, you should, if you are doing by your own, small to big task, then lastly you are able to do designing also. Is it clear? And then we are going with this some troubleshooting, which is concurrent rule, bottom up and top down, and then ticketing tool. Most of some of you know about the ticketing tools, but I'm not going to any specific tool, but I'm going with process of the tickets. What is incident? What is work order? What is change request? What is a problem ticket? All those things we'll discuss. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
This is what exactly we discuss. Any questions? Anyone?
Sir, I have a doubt here. Like, how
Yes,
do we
yes.
do it? Do we have sessions, or do we write
See,
notes
notes is not
of all
I'll say
this?
on the slides.
Okay, everything is slide.
Yes, slides I will share you. But the
Okay.
thing we are how much like everyone is having a laptop, right?
Yes.
Okay, then how much RAM you are having? Better to have 8 GB or 16 GB should be best. If you want to do more high-end practicals, then go with the 16 GB. If you're having 8 GB, upgrade to 16 GB. That would be the best option. Because this 16 GB is not only for CCNA CCNP. In future, if you are doing Palo Alto, if you are doing ASA firewalls or checkpoint firewall, then you require more RAM. If you are doing a multitasking, then you require more RAM, right? For those things, better to have 16 GB RAM. Okay. Then you will do. Then I will give you a task. Then you need to implement and you need to share those documents, everything to me. Is it clear, everyone? We are using a tool called as a GNS3. And if anyone is coming offline, then we are doing it on real routers also. But I suggest at least on weekends, like Rameshwar is staying in Amberpet, right?
Yes.
The people who are nearby, they can come daily. The people who are not able to, or because they are on the shift or something, try to come on Saturdays and Sundays. Our lab faculty or me will be available here I will be available on Saturdays, sometimes on Sundays also. So I want, if you come offline, we'll discuss more. Is it clear?
Noted.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you, everyone. Anyone have any other doubts or any questions for me? Suresh, Narendra, Sham. No questions?
Yes.
Yes, someone is. Yes, Narendra. Tell me.
No, sir. Good, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, Rameshwar, do you understand Telugu also or only in Hindi
Yeah,
and English?
Hindi, Telugu, and English. I'm comfortable with all
Okay.
three.
Everyone is comfortable with all the languages, right? Okay, because why I'm asking is some people could not understand English. So sometimes if I need to tell them, they need to go with Telugu also because I faced in one batch. So that guy does not know anything. So then, but still, now he's preparing for English. He was able to bit good now. But sometimes some things, if they're not able to understand, then I need to take them or either in Hindi or Telugu. Okay, because of I'm telling you I'm telling you in the initial days only. Because why some people will think that why he is taking all the three languages, why we are wasting so much of time, correct? Because everyone, like what exactly I want is the people who are in my batch, everyone should be on the same page. If someone is lagging, and if suppose if you take me an example, I'm a student, someone is teaching now, and I don't know anything about English. I know only Telugu, no Hindi also. Then still I'm preparing for English. I'm upskilling my English and all, but still when I'm into the class, if I take everything on English, he was not able to understand. Then it is some of the issues, right? Correct? Then I'll not be able to understand anything on the class. Then I need to sit with someone or the other, and then they need to explain me again. But still, the doubts will not be clarified. Correct? So because of what I'm telling you, I'll take all the three. If everyone is good, then we'll take one language or English. Everyone is good with English, we'll go with English. Or if someone is having a problem, then we'll go with Telugu also or Hindi also. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Thank you, everyone, for your time. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for the session.
Bye, sir. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye.